all women. Hi, I'm Shamik Ghosh and here's what's making the news today. A single day loss of rupees 100 crores for industries in Penia. Our reporter Shani Sharma gives us the details.
Over 8,000 industries closed shop for a day in Penia Industrial Estate in solidarity with Ravi Kumar, owner of Trinity NDT Engineers. The resulting loss to business is in excess of rupees 100 crores.
ನಾವು ಈ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ರವಿ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರಬೇಕಂತೆ ಎಲ್ಲರದು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಖಂಡಿತ ವಿಲ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. Thank you very much.
Ravi Kumar has been stranded in Yemen since the beginning of the crisis over there. His family anxiously awaits for news of his return. Association President Venkatesh urges the government to intervene immediately and rescue them.
We are worried about these micro and small entrepreneurs who are touring abroad on a business trip.
While the government works to ensure the safe homecoming of Indians, we give you more updates on the Yemen crisis. Shalini Sharma reporting for CityCast.
While the industries are shut in Bangalore, the External Affairs Ministry is trying to bring back the Indians stuck in Yemen. Meanwhile, the Ministry of External Affairs thinks that more than 300 Indians will be evacuated from the Al-Hudaydah port by the INS Sumatra. He says the diplomatic options are being pursued to ensure safe return of all Indians from Yemen. And at the same time, it was also assured Sri Lanka of helping and rescuing its citizens stranded in Yemen. Moving on to the Home Minister's visit to Bangalore. Rajnath Singh praises the Swachh Bharat campaign that was organized with the Jain community. Our reporter Neha Shaw brings us the story.
Rajnath Singh today in a press conference held in Freedom Park appreciated the initiative of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan by Jain community. He liked that the city is clean and garbage is reduced. Almost 12,000 people have joined this campaign and they have a target of 3 lakh people.
Our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi is emphasizing on Swachh Bharat. For this, we are doing lot of groundwork. We are educating them how to go for Swachh Bharat Abhiyan.
For the first time, this campaign is done on such a large platform. The funds collected for this campaign is through 23 organizations. The funding is mostly done by Jain community.
Our Jain friends never say that go for that type of initiative, but being a hygienic person to support the government, we need to do, and for the social cause, somewhere we have to compromise.
There was an active participation of children on the street this morning. They arranged a rally holding colorful banners. This is Neha Shaw reporting for CityCast.
Protesting the land acquisition bill. Three protesters protesting in Brisbane, Delhi and Ludhiana flooded protest today. Meanwhile, in Bangalore, farmers protest and call this bill anti-farmer. Let's have a look.
ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ರೈತ ವಿರೋಧಿ ಭೂಸ್ವಾಧೀನ ಕಾಯ್ದೆ
Reports also say that around 70% of India's population depends on farm land for livelihood. Serious questions were raised against the land acquisition bill. It's time now for a short break. Updates from the flag day ceremony on the other side. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. Chief Minister Siddharamaiah today announced rupees 1 crore as the Police Benevolent Fund. Our reporter Paresh Maharada reports from the flag day ceremony.
This year, 85 police officers have bestowed with Chief Minister Award and Chief Minister Siddharamaiah has announced 1 crore rupees as the Police Benevolent Fund for the police families.
By getting this, I am inspired to do even more better works than this and to uphold my department and to do my best in the department.
It's okay.
Police Benevolent Fund, that means it's a departmental amount which the government has donated for 1 crore for this time. With this amount, all the police who are serving in police department, for their children, they will get the education fund, for health condition, for sophisticated ಮೇಜರ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ದೆನ್ ತುಂಬ ಪೂರ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬೆಂದಲನ್ ಫಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಕೆಲವು ಸಾರಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಈವನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್.
Along with the Gold Medal Awards, Karnataka Police Department is very happy to get 1 crore rupee as the Police Benevolent Fund. This is Parmeshwar Rao Malba reporting for CityCast.
Drinking water shortage is leaving animals thirsty in Bannerghatta National Park. Our reporter Padavi Deshmukh finds out what is being done about this.
Animals like hippos, crocodiles and lions need a lot of water, but due to scarcity of water, they get minimal amount of water these days. Around 20,000 people visit the national park every day. All of them purchase drinking water.
Only water aim sigla illa. So many people they are coming with bottles only. They are purchasing from outside itself. They are not taking here. Summer alla antachna ನೀರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
Officials say they are bringing water tankers for animals. It costs 400 to 450 rupees for each tank of water.
ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಪಾಪ, ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಲೋಡ್ ತರಿಸ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಪ್ಪೋಪೊಟಮಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು. ಹಾವೇರಿಗೂ ವಾಟರ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. DK ಸುರೇಶ್ ಸಾರು ವಾಟರ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Borewells in National Park are not functioning, and also there is no Kaveri water supply in Bannerghatta area. Hence, the park is very dependent on water tankers. Padavi Deshmukh for CityCast.
Rising water levels in Bangalore have resulted in a sudden change of clothing, food and lifestyle. Our reporters Paul Ewan and Swati Singh found that Bangalore is all set to beat the heat. It's time for a short break. More news on the other side of the break. Stay tuned.
Size doesn't matter. Stay healthy.
Welcome back to CityCast. Bangalore is in high spirits thanks to Easter. Our reporter Palak Mehra brings us more about this.
Offering of flowers, Easter eggs and buns to the near and dear ones is one of the great ways of Christians to show their love to people, and this is how they celebrate Easter.
Big feast for us as a Christian. It gives the peace, joy and happiness.
Easter eggs are going good. We have fountain Easter eggs, we have marzipan Easter eggs, we have chocolate Easter eggs, we have rabbit Easter eggs. Like that is going well. The start is good.
Easter marks the end of 40-day Lent, a period of fasting and prayer followed by most Christians.
We do this for close friends, sort of to show them that we love them.
Easter festival round the corner, and the Christians in the city are a happy lot and are gearing up for the big day. This is Palak Mehra reporting for CityCast.
Rugby has always been a popular sport in Bangalore, but the state association does not have designated ground for the sport. Our reporter Sunil Bindi brings you the full story.
The Karnataka Amateur Rugby Association does not have a single designated ground for rugby. The association says that the sport is being affected because of this.
The main problem for us with rugby is grounds. Go to schools, they're obviously packed during the week, and then on weekends they rent it out for things like exhibitions and things like that. Kantirva Stadium is blissfully expensive. Bangalore FC is also now completely focused on football. So it becomes really hard for us to get grounds.
The players practice on CMT Army grounds in Adugodi. Players say it gets tough for the association to acquire permission for the Army grounds, which is just one of the 2 grounds they have in Bangalore.
Bangalore are the team for a long time now, rugby, but yeah, we don't have a particular field with goalposts on it, rugby goalposts on it. So that's a big problem.
The association says that the members have to put out their own money for the association's daily functioning despite having a few sponsors. The Karnataka Amateur Rugby Association has been struggling to get grounds, but their struggle is not limited to that. Despite several attempts, the association's requests for affiliation have not been responded to. Sumit Bilgi, Citycast.
Motorsport in Bangalore plays with danger while safety goes for a toss. Our reporter Moinak Pal brings us more on this story.
Lack of safety has now become a normal issue for these children. Missing visors from helmets, worn-out tires, inadequate tire walls and corners, loosely maintained engines coupled with a short staff ruin the driving experience.
Better if there's the glass is there because...
Okay, there's no visor, you mean to say?
Yeah, because just there, because of overspeeding in my cart, smoke started up here.
Yeah.
So then we couldn't see, so we had to go slow, we had to close our eyes.
Children from 6 years to 15 years form the bigger part of the consumer base. The children complain about missing visors and inadequate tire walls.
Safety, I mean, whatever you've said in terms of helmets, in terms of gloves, elbow pads, I think especially for that age group, it is compulsory. It should be compulsory. These private operators like Grips would be doing it on an entertainment basis.
The owner of Grips Go-Karting stated they provide helmets and have an in-house garage where they maintain the karts. The safety precaution they take is giving of helmets and 3 track marshals. They say only the experienced racers bring their own safety equipment. The rest of them have to make do with broken helmets and no safety gear. This is Moinak Pal reporting for Citycast.
For more news, please log on to our website www.citycast.in. This is the time for one last time. Thank you.